Why were the girls and or anyone at the crime scene who did not call police, not arrested? Instead, they were treated as victims. They broke the law by not calling and tampering with evidence. So again, I'm going to have to say, how do we know this? And it's not a crime. Ed, do you want to take that? I mean, it was directed at you.
Yeah, I understand, Cindy G. I don't agree with what you just wrote here. They didn't break the law by not calling the police if they didn't understand what was going on. Once they found what was going on, they still didn't realize what was going on, even at the initial phone call to the police. At that time, it was just that one of the roommates had passed out or fainted from what they found inside of the house. And you have to have intent with a lot of what you're saying here. Okay. Was there an intent to tamper with evidence, or was there an intent rather to cross contaminate anything or so forth? Like when those people started walking through the house, they still didn't understand what exactly had transpired there. Okay. Now, once it sets in, excuse me, once it sets in as to, hey, we got 4 people stabbed to death in here, you would think that they would snap out of it and realize, oh shit, we're in a crime scene. Let's get the hell out of here and let's call the police.
Right. Yeah. So we don't know exactly what happened because nobody was there. None of us were there. We're just getting secondhand information from people who we don't know what's true and what's not. Infamous Truth Teller says at DutyRon and hashtag Ed Wallace, Jerry and case probably more than likely won't be televised. Yeah, the jury in the case probably will not be televised. Decided Lori Vallow case because I think I do have some discretions. I think high profile case. This won't be televised, and reporters may be able to tweet from inside the courtroom, just as we saw in several of recent trials. It's definitely not going to be televised. I would have to say I would bet my pension on that.
Well, the judge will have to make that decision. The press is going to try.
Right. Mm-hmm. Go into a little bit of the judge and to the judicial side of this. Miss Burkhart from Burkhart Law, she's a great friend of this channel, and she put out some really good videos. She went to the arraignment and she reported a video. She uploaded a video. I encourage everyone to go over and subscribe to her and check out her channel. I'm going to ask her to come on with us to give a little explanation and maybe just talk to our audience, Ed, a little bit about this judicial process. But that's not what this video is about. We're talking about evidence and crime scene and what they have that we know of, what we know thus far. And that's all that Ed and I could speak on. We can't speak on the source and the rumors and wild speculation because we won't do that. The MVAC, people, I've been seeing this coming up. Luke has moved on to another company. Luke Hall is no longer with Faro, but we know that the MVAC was used in this case. It was confirmed. So we don't know what came of the MVAC and how much it was used.
So. Well, that we do know from the court filings on what they did in Pennsylvania with the car. They took the rubber off the gas and brake pedals. They submitted that. They took the steering wheel, seat belts, took all of these different door handles and so forth and submitted it to the lab. And hopefully they used the MVAC on these things to see if they could get the DNA of the victims from inside of Bryan's car.
Right. Hey, Ed, do you want to talk? Can you talk a little bit about what they do with cars? And I know you just gave a little bit of an overview, but you talked about even the cabin air filter to see where this car's traveled. Now it's traveled, we know, all across the United States. They didn't take a direct route to Pennsylvania. They went down into Colorado and it took this very weird route, according to information. So we don't even, I don't even know if it's confirmed that they took that route, but the car traveled so much. Would they be able to still pull stuff out from the Moscow, Idaho area, from that cabin air filter. And
I mean, but what would the benefit be? Because he's known to frequent that area. So
they have him on video, and he
right, and the car is seen in the area, and
right,
it's on video and so forth, as you said, and
right,
the tracker, when he turned his cell phone on, when he turned it off, all of that stuff is there.
right. And all that data will be very, very.
But the other route area, now, as you're driving through these locations, Locard exchange principle is still in effect, and you're sucking pollen and other insects and indigenous wildlife from different parts of the country into the vehicle's air filter for the vehicle, for the engine, into the cabin filter. Then you're getting soil and other components from the road up in the wheel wells and other parts of the vehicle. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a lot with that. I've seen cases where we've taken. I've had a case with both soil and insects where the entomologist, the bug expert, was able to tell us that this particular bug is not indigenous to New York City, but it is in certain parts of New Jersey and certain parts of North Carolina. But they're active in two different seasons. The one in Jersey is active around the time of the investigation, whereas the one in the Carolinas is not. And then I had another case where the bugs, the flies that were on the decedent's body that was in the back of a trunk of a car parked in Brooklyn from Canada, the flies that I trapped and then sent to the entomologist were not New York City flies. They were flies from Canada.
Wow. What do you got up on the screen?
Science doesn't lie. Eileen, you nailed it. And that's why I love forensics. We find the science, we interpret the science. All right. It is what it is. We let the chips fall where they may. Okay. People lie. Witnesses lie. Witnesses sometimes don't realize or intentionally lie. Sometimes they just get it wrong. Eyewitness testimony is terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. It is terrible. It's been proven time and time again.
And
All
it,
right,
and it degrades over time. Your
now
memories.
there was a question here that keeps popping up, and I just want to answer it. So, there could be a problem with any forensic evidence found in the vehicle having the vehicle driven such a long distance in time. But the fact that the vehicle was in the suspect's possession for that length of time before he started driving across country. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. There was another one here. Good one. Yes. No emotion or bias in real science performed by real scientists who are not affected by politics or money.
Thank
Because
you.
money and politics have corrupted our science, our medicine, and other areas. I've seen it time and time again where they try to shut down scientific debate, which was the cornerstone of science, okay, over politics and money.